Hi. It is another busy day here in New Hampshire in the shop. It is cold, wet, rainy, crappy, just all around dull day where you really have zero motivation, but I have to keep on trucking. So I've done, 8 or 9 orders already. Moving on to the next one, and this particular one is a SIG macro with TLR7 sub, which I have a pale horse mold for, and believe it or not, I have a trim jig, so this one's going to go relatively quick. And we have the sub mounted to the blue gun already, and then inside I actually have the tack dev rail, which actually sits it just a little bit closer, but I have confirmed it does work with the pale horse molds, so with or without that key it will work. So let's get the blocking on, which is these 3 pieces right here, the T for the QLS fork, and the blocking, which is homemade, for the level 2 Talon hood. So yes, another level 2 video, but for the macro with TLR7 sub, and we are going FDE, and it should be pretty nice when it's done, and it's going to Santa Ana, California once it's all set. So all the way across the country, 3,000 something miles, and let's get it on. All right, now that we have everything all set, blocking laid out, let's get it onto the mold. And I have exactly what we needed, like I showed you just before the intro. So let's get that going. Let me just verify here. It is right-hand draw, so let's set up everything on the right side and make sure we have the right part, because it doesn't suck more when you have the wrong parts on the holster. So let's do it. All right, so we're going to start off with doing this. Now, as you can see, I have the trim jig all... Let's line this up. So I had the trim jig all traced out, and as you can see, it puts the back right where it's supposed to be. And I always put the bend right here. So that bend I always put right there, and that gives it adequate space to pop up. Not to mention, if you go too far down, then this is going to be set too far, and the gun's going to be too high. It's going to tilt. So also, you don't want to go too far where you can't hit it. So right here, have it where the grip is like so, and then when you push the button and pull, your hand should fall into the grip, and that's the way to set it up. So we're going to be putting this right about here, and we're going to make it so we are good. Put this right on top, and then I move that out of the way, and then drop that straight down, and then I have a piece of blocking to go underneath that. Square that up, and now this is going to be taped in place. We'll see how much of this I can get done. We just left to go get pizza. Well, not we, but the other half just left to go get pizza. So, it's pizza tonight. Which, living in middle of nowhere, not many places make good pizza. Alright, so now we got this right here. We go too high up, we're going to have to put it over here. Gun's going to stick out. So we want it just low enough to where we can mount everything, but not be too bad. So we're going to go right about there. I might go a hair lower. Yeah, I'm going to go a hair lower just in case. And then this, I already have a piece of wood, pre-cut, fits right underneath there, because you don't want pressure on here, then all of a sudden the thing's tilting and it's off kilter. So, we're pretty good there. Let's put some tape. And I already have my heat press heated up. I did a single press already. I'm not sure if I probably have before, but once you turn it on, your pad is still wet, or not wet, I'm sorry. Your pad is still cold, and going on the wet thing, it does have a little bit of moisture inside. So do 1 or 2 presses, get that heat out of there. And I am going to add a little piece of blocking underneath there, but we're going to do that after the fact. And I think Amazon just pulled in. All right, that was Amazon. That's good. Let's continue what we're doing here. Now, it's definitely going to put some pressure down here, as you can see. So let's get a little piece of blocking for under that. That's gonna be, oh, that's way too big. Perks of having so much crap over the years, you get a large, you know, a vast amount of stuff that helps you out. Problem is, you got to dig through everything. Alright, next is going to be this guy. Pivot point is on the top one. I don't like to have it right here. I like to have it up a little bit more. It can be in the center. It all depends on how you want to do it. I'm going to put it right about here. So it sits right there. So I'm going to have this piece of blocking underneath that, and then this one's going right there. That is actually a little too thick. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. See how that is. Oh yeah, all right. Scooch that up just a little bit. Oh, well, there we go. And that's going to be right there. Try and get it the same distance off of that, and then we got our bar that I like to do. Same principle as ripples on a potato chip. It adds strength in the kydex. Less flex, the more mountains and valleys you have. And then we'll hold that in place. Looks pretty good. All right, now we're ready. Gotta straighten that out. Bang. And now that all the blocking is out, all we gotta do is drill. 7/30 seconds. I always forget, but I believe it's 7/30 seconds. 1/4 inch, and then that guy. You waiting for the pizza too, buddy? My handsome boy. Look at that face. All right, we are drilled, cut, and buffed, which means we are all clean and ready for the fold. But are we? So what we have to do is the gusset. Now, if you're new to the channel, I put a gusset between the level 2 hood and the belt mount, so there's zero flex, and it's a lot stronger, and it's held with 2 layers of 0.093 instead of 0.08, and it has, 6 eyelets in it too. So it's pretty much fusing them together, and there's literally zero flex on them, and I've been doing that for a very long time because I want more strength out of these holsters. So we're going to go ahead, make that. We got the FDE, and then we're going to do that one out of black. So simple, trace it, drill it, cut it, clean it, mount it, and then we'll fold it. Okay, like I showed you in the last video, we're going to bump this up, hold it in place. Without doing that, let's try that again. The only thing that stinks when you do the shiny side, it's slippery. There we go. And then I'll go ahead, drill a pilot hole in each one of these, and then 1/4 inch. Then I'll cut out, connect the dots, clean the edge, and then set it right on there. Then we'll fold it, add all the hardware, and off it goes to Cali. Now, here's the gusset right here. Just one simple step. And it's that simple. Now, I got the heater warming up, and we're going to go ahead and fold this guy around this guy. And like I said, with this, it's a beautiful thing. And then we'll add all the hardware. What you can do right now, if you wanted to, before you fold, is you could add the hardware. You could even add the hood if you want, but we're not gonna. I'm just gonna go ahead and add those. Wondering why It's because my fat fingers don't like getting inside. All right, now I'll go fold. All right, now it's time for final assembly. So let's go ahead and get the retention set here. You can pretty much do this in any order, but I don't recommend mounting the QLS fork before you do the retention, just because it's just more cumbersome, more pain in the butt. Let's see here. Grab our 1/4 inch. These are 3/8 and I just shaved a little bit off of them. And these ones, because this is 093 thick, I'm using 1/2 inch to give us just a little bit more thread catch. You might go back to the normal. Let's see here. Oh yeah, those are sticking out pretty good. Yeah, we'll go to the smaller ones. Didn't need those. And I'm actually going to shave a little bit more off this one because it's bubbling out, so that one actually might be good. Yep, for a 1/4 inch. All right, let's get these on here. Beautiful. Tighten that one up a little bit more. I like that. And let's add these 3 here. Nope. Get that on there. And we got those 3. Where is... There we go. Two, 3, 4, and we'll get these going. Function check. You don't want to go so tight nothing works. Bend it over. It's going to be right there. And we're going to have to clean the inside of that and left a burr. Plenty of purple juice. Beauteous. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, now let's get the QLS fork. We'll square this up. There we have a completed macro TLR7 sub level 2 hood on a QLS. Oh, I'm loving that. And that's a wrap for this build. This holster is heading out to Santa Ana, California in the morning, which is kind of funny that this gun in California is a no-no with the compensator and the 17-round mag it comes with. It's got to suck living in California, but they're doing the best that they can right now, so I'm assuming he's got 10 rounds in the non-comp version. But the X Macro, if you haven't felt it, is a phenomenal feeling firearm. I highly recommend going to your local shooting range and renting one. But we got the adjustable retention, that audible click, and there's no way this guy is coming out. So hit that button and go. So, like I said, this is going to California in the morning, and a huge shout out to Holstersmith for providing everything. I think I just got all this material in yesterday to finish this holster and knock it out because it's a somewhat quick build, and I'm doing all the other builds for the month that I'm working on, and I'm slowly getting there, but I'm getting there. So, I also started another avenue. This used to be my side hustle. So back in the day before I did holsters, I mean, it's really nothing to brag about, but I was a manager of AutoZone, like the manager. And the only reason why I got that job is because I have a 74 Roadrunner and I needed parts for it. So I got that job, built the car, and then parted our ways. And then I worked multiple gun stores, and then I built weapons for the DoD for many, many years. I'm talking 12 years straight out of high school, and I've been doing this as a side gig. Well, this is my full-time gig now, and so I had to create a side gig. So I came up with something in February, and it just got all the paperwork and everything got approved today in my state. So that's going to be something for another one or another video another day. But I'll tell you right now, it's not for everyone. But you'll see. I'll show you guys in a different video what I'm talking about. And it's pretty cool. If you follow me on social media, you already know about it. And it is somewhat of a success so far. And I'm hoping that it's just going to be pretty cool. And the best part is I don't have to touch a damn thing. I just upload and go. So we're going on from there. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead. Pizza is almost here, which means I'm going to pig out for a little bit and then come back in here. And I got a pretty cool video. And it's for someone who works for an organization that has 3-letter alphabet initials on them. There's quite a few of them, but which one you'll see in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Huge shout out to Holstersmith for providing everything for this video and doing what they do. I super appreciate them and you guys for watching and making this far. So I will see you guys on the next one. Keep moving forward. Love you. Bye.